Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Day Trade with Zay. We're back live. It's Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. And I want to apologize to you guys yesterday. I was actually in Las Vegas for the Raider game. So my apologies, but we are back. And just to show you a little something what we're looking at right now. So this is the NASDAQ I'm sorry, the US30, the Dow Jones. You could see here, it looks like, there's another steep drop off yesterday at open. Let's see what open was. Yeah. So this is open right here. So you could see exactly what happened. Just a fall off. Basically rejected these areas, had some resistance or had some support, some resistance, and then bow, fell off. I'm not seeing anything too clear except that it rejected this IOC at this level. There's a little bit of a support level coming on right here too, but you can see it's respecting, but nothing that I can really say is clear. I don't see a higher high or the slow being broken, but on NASDAQ, I actually do. So we can see it's still coming down. I wouldn't take the trade from here, personally, but if it came back, whoops, if it came back up to this level, I have these levels set up here. So basically we have, um, it was a break to the upside, right? But then we had a complete break to the downside right here because you have a higher high, higher high, lower low. So now what I'm expecting is a push up at open probably. And then after that push up, I'm going to gauge it once it's coming up to this area. But if we were going to do something like this, if we were to get in at this area, it'd be kind of tough. But be looking like 53 pips on the stop loss. Or what we can do is something like this, 21 pips, about, about 26 pips, and take that down to the downside. I would take it probably about to these levels here, um, and possibly even farther because it does look like we're still in a downtrend for the most part. But this is what I'm going to be looking like. This is the trade that I'm more comfortable with today. So we'll see what happens. Let's see here. Yeah, it still seems like it's getting a real big push to the downside. Um, it's kind of crazy because this is what I had in just before close on Friday. I had put some sales in, but it came back in and stopped me up at this point. But you can see it got right back up to this level here and fell off completely. So we'll see what's happening. I'm going to adjust this every so often just so we have it on point. But truthfully, this level here, the more it drops, this level here turns into a better zone to sell off of this bottom one. So we'll see. Um, if it drops a little bit more, hopefully we get it into that gold. What? You know what? I like this zone now. Not gonna lie. So that is gonna turn into a golden zone. Just because we have it at 62%, and you want to see that 61% kind of get there. Yeah, it looks a lot cleaner now, right? So I'll take it, and we'll see what happens here. Something like that. So I'd be looking for something like that. And I mean, it could push up. That's the thing that's tough is once I'm in the trade, I'm not too sure how I'm gonna react if it blows past it and gets to this IOC, right? So I'm gonna be real patient on my entry. I'm gonna wait for some rejection, some exhaustion, and I'm gonna be ready to pull the trade if I see that it has too much of a push to the upside. But you can see it's kind of a level right here. A little bit of support, resistance, support. So this could be a key level right here too, where it bounces up off of. But we shall see. So we got about 10 minutes till open. Let's go to the bigger time frames and see what it's kind of looking like. You know what's crazy is it's kind of So it broke through the support level that it's been staying at for some time now, right? You can see this level, basically some support levels, but every low has been lower than the last, even when it comes up to this upside. So I definitely think it's possible for it to come down to these levels here, at least here. So if it crosses that $15,000 barrier or psychological level, then we're definitely in business. But overall, I think it does look like it's coming down. You could even see this candle right here. We have an inverted hammer, which if you were watching the live stream, I believe on Friday, this is what told us to take the trade up here. Um, Inverted hammer, basically a rejection candle off of this level. And we've been seeing 4 straight hours of, a downtrend. So even though it broke above, the EMA was using it as a resistance. It broke through it, used it as support, and pushed up to the upside. Now, I mean, it could be considered a break of structure. It could, but I also see this being a break. Like this right here, once this high was broken, it could be considered a break of structure. But I don't see any clear IOCs down here, and I also think that we had a higher high or a lower high, higher low, higher high, lower low. So I think there was a break right here, and that's why I'd be looking for a push to the downside. So we'll see what happens right here. We got a few minutes, got about 8 minutes left, and yeah, we'll see what's going on. So we shall see. Um, another thing I would be looking at is if we see, this pushback up to this upside right here. Maybe we could see something like this, right? Maybe this turns into, so obviously before this was a buy level that I was looking at previously, but you can see it was support, support, a little bit of resistance, resistance, support, support, and it's possible maybe for it to break up to the upside, get into our zone and stay here. And if it stays here too long and it respects this EMA in this area too long, I'll probably reduce the position size on my trade, which then reduces my overall risk on the trade, and we just be doing risk management. So it's something we got to be clear on. I know today's probably going to be pretty volatile. Let's go ahead and bring it up here. Uh, okay. Um, yeah, so we do actually have some big news. We have Powell testifying today at 7 a.m. So that's pretty big actually. So the news might be waiting on that. We'll see how price reacts at open, but it might be waiting for something like this. See the history. So December 1st, he testified. Uh, okay, so let's see what happened December 1st, the last time he testified. Let's just go back there. Steep drop last time he testified. So December 1st, this is what happened. We had a bunch of rejections when he was testifying, and at about, what is that, 9 o'clock, a couple hours later, we had a steep drop and fall off. And yeah, we'll see how that plays out today. We'll see how it plays out today and go from there. Um, let's see here. Finally getting a little bit of a reaction here. So what I'm going to do, we have about 5 minutes. I'm going to put up the 5 minute right here. We'll see how everything reacts at these levels. And actually, let me see if we can get a nice target entry. So it looks like this level, the common level right there. Let me put that at a 2 point. Let's go to the 1 minute. And 1 minute would be up here exactly at the 61%, which I do like. So these are the levels I'd be looking. These would be areas of interest for me, and we'll see how it plays out. Give me a sec. And obviously, if price doesn't get to my levels, I'm not going to take the trade. Want to be clear about that. So we'll see what happens here. So this is what we're looking at on the 5 minute chart. I'll keep the 5 minute up here, and then on my other screen, I'm probably going to go ahead and keep up the 1 minute chart, and then I'll have the 15 up in the middle. So that's usually how I like to do it. I'm a scalper, so I try to keep everything down to, you know, the necessary charts. I like taking a look now. Just recently, I really started looking at the charts for bigger time frames, 30 minute, the 5 minute, or the 30 minute, the hour, just to see what price is doing on those sides as well. But we shall see. I mean, it still could be a break of structure to the upside after it broke these highs here. But I think it probably needs to recover some of this ground right here either way. So we'll see what happens at this point. Because if we go, let's just go right here really quick. So let's say we do our Fibonacci from the bottom here to the top here. I mean, we'd have this level right here at the 50%, right, which is where a take profit is, where we could see a possible push up. And then we do have, an ILC, a 5 minute ILC in here. It's only the 5 minute, but we do have one, So we'll see. Got about a minute left. Get my phone ready and go from here. So let's see. About 20 seconds left before open. Let's see if we get the volatility that we need. All right. See what happens. Damn, looks like it's still making its way down. Not a whole lot of push, but it is pushing to the downside. So, and there it is. Took about a minute for it to fly through. Mm, no retracement yet. Make an adjustment. Let me actually I want to mark this off. These are possible levels to buy off of, but I'm not. You know, I just want to see how it reacts because we could be seeing the retracement of this breaker structure to the upside. Um, but as I said, as a scalper, you kind of want to do what the charts are telling you here. We don't hold the trades. I don't hold the trades for too long. It's usually minutes to a couple hours, and that's about it. So overall, it might be a breaker structure to the upside, but right now it could be push up to here, and then a possible retracement down to here, and then we could see it. So we could see one of two things. I mean, it could push up here, come up, hit our level. This is what we're hoping for. Drop down to these levels, or possibly even this level, right? And then make its way up to the upside. It's possible. Or we just see this thing break through all of this and come down. So, we'll just see what we have. This is my bias. If anybody has any, question, comments, or concerns, we'll go from there. Ooh, we had a fully engulfing candle right here on the 1 minute. Fully engulfed. So you can see that. So usually when you have an engulfing candle like this, you're going to see a push up. So it's possible it pushes up right here and gets to our level. Um, Definitely a huge reaction right here. You can see this is kind of like a resistance to support area. It's actually the one we're talking about, huh? Just broke down a little bit lower. We have some support, resistance, support, even down here. So this is all the same area. So this could be a key area of interest right here. It looks like it is. See how it reacts. Not a lot of movement since 6:30. And price might be waiting for 7 a.m., so we'll see. So it's looking like on trading view, my sell-off areas would be pretty close to here. They're about 4 pips off, 5 pips off. I'd be looking around 661-ish and 672-ish for entry, just depending how price is pushing up at that point, because it does look like it's going to make its way back up. If it breaks through these EMAs here, I think we'd be in business to see it come back up to these levels. And we'll see how it reacts. I mean, if it's coming into the level like this, then obviously I'm going to wait a little bit, wait to see if there's some type of exhaustion showing before I jump in the trade. But yeah, we'll see right now. Wow, look at that push. That looks like it's going to break through. So you can see the 5-minute. Oof, that looks deadly. Real deadly. So on the 5-minute, we have a fully engulfed candle. The only thing that I see is different is we still have 3 minutes and 32 seconds. So we'll see how it plays out. I mean, maybe we see it fully engulfed, and then I'd be worried about taking it south from this area. And my buddy was telling me that he thinks it's a possible break of structure right here, which I think is possible. But I think short term, you know, I feel like we got to trust this break here to the downside to see it break down to these levels down here possibly, and then a push up. So we'll see. I'm not too sure. You never know what the market's going to do or how it's going to be for you, but we shall see. Because there's a big push right here. You could even see the 1 minute how engulfed it is. So we'll see. Yeah, this looks like it's going to go up though. So we'll see right now. See how price looks when we get into these zones up here. Big rejection here so far, but we still got a few minutes. We got what 2 minutes left for this 5-minute candle, so it's still more than on its way to the upside. You can see it's still fully engulfed. Looks good, but we'll see. I'm gonna just trust my bias on this one, and we'll see. It could push up and break through this, but we'll gauge how price is coming through here once it does. Let me see. How would I do it? Wow, what a huge rejection right there. That's why I really like to wait for candles to finish, because you could see something like that where, it gets a lot of people because they see this huge push up, right? Oh man, look at it's going up. And I used to do it too. I'd be like, oh yeah, it's pushing up. I'd put a fucking buy in right here and get eaten up, right? So overall, it looks decent though for the 5-minute if it can kind of get up here. But we'll see. Still about 46 seconds left. And as I said, price might just be waiting for, Powell's speech, and we'll go from there. On the 15, we do have a huge rejection though. Um, Still 5 minutes here, but huge rejection. So we could see, a push here. Let's look at the hour. Definitely not a lot of movement though. It's basically stayed in this area the entire time. Um, yeah. So we shall see. And it might just keep this area. So damn, it's gonna fall off from right here. I could already see it. One thing it could be doing, because it could be flagging out right now between these areas just until we get that 7 o'clock jump. We'll see. Sick. It's cracking. 15462. 59. So this 50% ILC. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it reacts at that level, but kind of like shit. I don't know what it's doing. Kind of feel like it's just playing right here, right now. Okay. Yeah, these seems like it's just playing in this area though, huh? I think if anything, I'd be willing to take that trade more at like 441 on TradingView right here. Yeah, this little. I'd probably wait for the body of this to be touched before anything. Yeah, because I don't know. Because I think long term or short term it could be pushing to the upside or to the downside, but long term it could push up, for the rest of the week. If I'm pretty sure he's gonna say something that they like, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like it kind of broke to the lower side after that, right? Kind of broke this support level right here, and then pushed down to the downside. So I don't know. I mean, it's getting a strong push down, so it didn't even retrace what fucking didn't even get up to the 50%. So I'll past it. I don't know, dog. I see downtrend, but the only thing that's stopping me. So like, look, when you go to this one, I was looking at this earlier. Yeah, what I could see is possibly at this level because I had this as like a strong IOC right here. From the bottom to the top, this ILC was strong, right? It was like a golden zone 4 hour ILC or whatever. But it broke past that and came down to this level over here. Um, the only thing, what was it, the 2 hour? I think it's right at the EMA that it rejected. Yeah, so look at on the 2 hour, it basically rejected this right here on the upside. So it pushed past it, came back up, seen this 2 hour EMA, and then just rejected it again. So I kind of I feel like, dog, it's possible it could get to 15,000. I I think it's possible. Yeah. But honestly, I don't think he's going to say anything bad. I think he needs to do some damage control, really, and then fucking go from there. Huh? But yeah, we all knew. Yeah, we all knew. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I'd either be looking for that or truthfully, there's like a 5 minute ILC I see right here. Maybe that, but just because it's kind of like a supply and demand area. But outside of that, I'm not sure. So I'm really just gonna go small risk. You know what I mean? Even on this buy, if it were to come down here and just shoot straight down, my buy, the stop loss wouldn't be big. It'd be what? Let's say I just got in at this level. My stop loss would be looking like 30 pips at most, you know, probably even 25. So I'd be looking something like that, something small, but we'll see. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's playing in this area, so we'll see what happens. All right, for sure. So I'm still looking for this area to sell off from. I think just got off the phone with my guy, and I mean, truthfully, it could, break a structure right here, but I think this was, so we broke these highs right here at this level. Once price broke above right here, we've seen a break a structure to the upside, right? And this could just be a retracement down to these levels, possibly to the 61%-ish area, or even 50% is possible. Kind of what it did right here, and get a push up, and we'll see a change. The only thing that kind of has me weary is that, um, we got Powell speaking today. Um, everything's down. Crypto's down, the market's down, everything's down right now. So I think he could put in some damage control and say the right things today that'll get price to push up to the upside. And then possibly, a big push up, because what we've seen a lot is that price hasn't necessarily filled these areas, right? So whatever it takes away from you has to give back. Whatever it gives to you, it has to take back. So I could see it possibly pushing up and, rejecting down and coming down again, but I think long term it comes down. Oh wow. I've seen some with Elon Musk. He said in his gut he believes that the market will see a recession before, excuse me, before 2023. Um, that's this year, so you know, I think with the interest rate hikes that are coming, that were bound to come, a lot of people blame that on the president. I think whatever president was in here, we're going to see this happen. We kind of called it last year in 2020. Um, so we'll see. I think 7 o'clock is definitely probably what Price is waiting for, which is about 11 minutes out. So we'll see what happens right here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Um, yeah, we'll see what these reactions look like. Let's see here. So you can see this is what Price has been in, and I basically rejected this. It wasn't 50% at the time, so let's actually go back on it. We'll see here. Basically, before it got down to these levels over here, looked like that. So it didn't even reach 50%. So I never take that trade, even if it did come up here, because I just want to see at least a 50% retracement for me to get in. I don't really like taking any jumping in at 35, 40%, just because you don't know. And yeah, you want to make sure that your stop losses are clear, your entries are clear, and go from there. So let me see the push. Yeah, it could be flagging out. Could see it playing in here before it drops down or pushes up or makes its move. Um, it's a nice push right there. But I also see exhaustion possibly forming, so we'll see. Still early in the candle, about 3.5 minutes left. See if it breaks above this wick right here. If it breaks above this wick, then we'd be looking for, okay, possibly come through. But if it stays here, uh, oh, 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 there it goes. Yeah, little W forming. Let's see if it can get past the EMA on this round. Looks like it has the push. Let's see. Definitely looks like it has the push to keep going up. So let's see here. Now use this EMA as a support level. Let's see if it wicks in and out. Waiting. Looks good. So we do have Powell speaking. Um, it's big. Let's just go to the percentage change. Lucid's up 4%. Okay. Amazon's up. Charter's up. So these are the huge ones right here. It's kind of good for a push. We'll see. Doesn't look as red as it was last week, that's for sure. Man. See if it could stay above it. Still respecting it. There's about 12 seconds left. Nice. You know what? Let me fix the Fibonacci on here real quick. See how there was some consolidation, expansion, reversal, RTO. I'm going to stick to the bias and we'll see what happens. Hey, Rod, if you're watching this, I do see consolidation, expansion to the upside, reversal, now possible return to order, a retracement down, continuation. So, I like it. So we'll see if it hits. That's the biggest thing. We got about 5 minutes until Powell talks, and usually, I think actually maybe we could put them on. Um, I think usually it doesn't wait for him to say anything in particular. I feel like they kind of know. Usually at 7 o'clock on the dot, it's that's it. Yeah, so just the news that I've seen right now. Looks like it's a pretty big day. Not just the US market is focused on this speech today. Yeah, so just from what I'm reading right here, maybe he does do some damage control right now, but it looks like there's a scheduled increase in March. So there's a scheduled rate hike, interest rate hike, that'll be in March with a 90% probability to continue through. So yeah, so I mean, looks like we gotta listen to what this guy says today. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right. So this is why we don't jump into these charts, especially here when you don't have confirmations, just because you'd be stuck in this mud and you don't want to be stuck in this mud. So the markets are definitely waiting for Powell to speak. We can see right here. Oh, we're 6:30. Either way, we're still in the same fucking area. So let's see what happens here. Got about a minute left. We'll see how price does when it does. About 30 seconds till 7, and we will see what's what. All right, let's see. I can't find the actual video of this, the live video of this speech. I just want to keep my eye on the charts, but let's see here. All right, looks like it's getting the push it needs to the upside. Look at this. So the thing I'm looking at now, just because overall I've been seeing on these comments on Forex Factor, I've been seeing, yeah, it still hasn't touched the 50% right here. This would be the 50% mark, so I wouldn't take the buys even off this level or up here. Um, let's see here. Seeing some good news right now. Yeah, it looks like it's getting a good push to the upside. So let's see. Let's see how it looks. I think I'm gonna let my buy bias go. Because I kind of feel like it's possible to put a buy in at this level right here. Comes back down to the EMA, uses it as support, and then pushes up to the upside. So let's see here. Not gonna lie, I put a little buy in right now. I have my stop loss just under the wicks. I am in at 90.95. So I have a buy in at 90.95. It's already gone 10 pips, so I'm thinking about moving my stops to break even just because we're in this volatile market, but it is getting a push. I'm up about 18, 16 pips right now. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and gauge this once it gets to my sell area. Um, I'm up 23 pips, so a little bit higher than this. A little bit lower. Okay, so we got a nice little push right here. So I am in here. I liked what it did, rejected this EMA. I'm going to see what it does once it comes up to this level right here. My stops are at break even right now. Um, okay, so we do got a good push, man. I'm not going to lie. So we're in the trade. Um, we're up about 40 pips right now. We'll see what it does. I have moved my stops to break even. I suggest you guys do the same. And we'll see what this push does once it gets up to our sell-off area. I do have sell limits in here that I think I'm going to take out just because Not sure how price is going to react at this area. We got a big, strong push up to the upside right now. Um, so let's see. Perfect. So we're up about 60 plus pips right now. Mm, 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 mm. So I think today was really just a good day being patient, kind of just being fluid with the market and seeing what the market's giving you. My bias was completely a buy, but one thing that I had seen was that these levels were being respected right here, right? We kept seeing rejections from here, pushes up, push up here, push up here, and it's possible for it to come down right here as well. Um, let's see. But I'd like for it to hopefully get above to our sell-off level. But the whole reason I took this trade is because I seen the rejections off of this EMA right here. So basically price would come down and push back up. Price would come back down and push back up. So what made me take it is I was a little patient. Then I hopped in the trade on the beginning of this candle, just because I knew 7 o'clock hit. So it was a bit of kill zone time. It was a bit of all of it, you know. So we'll see what happens now. I think I want to see it at least get into our zone to sell off from. Hopefully it doesn't push down from here. Man, I hope it doesn't. Yeah, we'll see. I closed half my position at about 50 pips. So we'll see what happens right now. I'd be disappointed if it falls off right here because it didn't even reach my level. Let's see if we can use this level of. So we had this level here set up, kind of showed some respect. Let's see if it does it again. If not, I'd be really disappointed that it didn't get up to our level so we could sell off from. Got a minute left here. Yeah, basically rejected the 50 EMA completely. Completely. Even if this candle finishes like this, it's possible we see another candle push up and reject again to the downside. So it's very possible it does that. Or it just comes down. So we'll see. Like I said, I do have my stops at break even. Um, so yeah, damn. I think we missed our sell opportunity. What I'm starting to notice too is it possibly went off of the IBC instead of the IOC. Damn. Yeah, that sucks. So it possibly just went off of the IBC, the bottom of these candles here, the breaker candles, and rejected down. And shit, see what price does right here. Maybe it comes back up again and rejects, or it just comes down. We shall see. Damn. Yeah, and I think I had my sell limit at 160 or at 664, and it missed that by about 10 pips. It's getting a good push up. Let's see if it rejects again though. Seems like it doesn't want to break above. But it does have a good push. We got 5 minutes, 3 minutes left on the candle. Like I said, my stops are at break even. So we are up about 50 pips. My stops are at break even, so don't gauge off of this. It's getting the nice push. Okay, let's see what it does up here. I think that's too strong of a push to the upside. We're in there. I don't know if I'd put my sell in right here. I did remove my sell off, but getting a nice little rejection up here, but that push up is really, really strong. So I can see it kind of breaking above right now. I wouldn't put a sell in right now. Oh, that's a nice rejection. That's right at the level 2. I had a line drawn out on my MT4 at 161.17. So it's a nice rejection. Nice. Nice. Ooh, ooh buddy. I like that candle, I ain't gonna lie. I still have my buy-in. I think I'm gonna take it at these levels right here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it. Okay, I put a little sal in right now. We'll see what it does. Oh, there you go. Oh, juked me. I put a small sal in, not my usual size. I put it smaller than normal. I put a 0.02 just to be exact. At this level right here. And we shall see what we got. Nice. Okay, so we're in there. I'm moving my stops to break even once again. A little above break even. Wish I would have gotten at my key level at 61, but we'll see. Okay, so we're in there. I pulled my trade, the top trade up here. About, I forgot, but I'm in the trade right here, so let me just get it in there. Where am I at? See if it could break below these EMAs, not use them as a support. On the phone, I'm in at 641.55. So I'm up about 30 plus pips. I think this is right. Yeah, this is about right here. So I'm in the trade now, and we'll see. Maybe it can make it down to these areas that we want him to. Wow, let's go. Now let's see if it can break. It has to break below the EMA. It has to, instead of using it as a support level and reacting off of it the way it is, we want to see it push up to the upside. That'd be our biggest thing. So this is now considered a risk-free trade. Obviously, before the risk, I would have had my stops just above here, just to be honest. You know what? I'm lying. I got in later. I would have risked about 42 pips on this trade. That's why I used a smaller position. And yeah, you know, you always want to control your position sizing and everything that you're doing. So if your stop loss is bigger, we'll account for that. Instead of risking $420 with the point one, well, are you really ready to risk $420? No. So you could cut that in half to a 0.05, and instead of risking $420, now you're risking 210, and you just go about it that way. So I don't like the reaction it's getting right here. Um, it's possible it comes back up, respects this level again, but the reaction that it's getting right here isn't the best, just because it's respecting the EMA, the big push up. So never want to see that. And I will be stopped out at 41, or I moved it down a little bit lower, so I'm pretty close to getting stopped out right now. Almost hit, but it didn't. But I still think it might be on its way with that candle there. I got the 5 minute on this screen, and it doesn't look bad. A lot of you can see a lot of exhaustion right here with these wicks at the EMA. So let's see if we can break down to the downside. I hope it doesn't push up. There we go. I like that. Let's see if it could get a stronger push down and just hold its weight. Because what we really needed to do is hold its weight to the downside, but still playing a little bit. So we'll see. Let's see if they dropped any particulars on what Powell said. Um, we got Powell on right now.
obvious financial or economic imbalances. Right. But this attractive picture immediate challenge was to stave off scale depression. Provided by far the fastest. Insights from people and communities across the world. Duty takes on even greater significance when a friend wants to earn your trust and that of the American people, you and your elected colleagues, and I commit to continuing that practice. Thank you. I look forward to your. Many working Americans are concerned